John, it's extraordinary to think that if they, for example, were going to play with wing backs and with three at the back, that you wouldn't work extensively on that on the training ground, instead of just telling the guys at 7 o'clock we're going three at the back and wing backs. I mean, that's madness.
Well, preparation is preparation, and that's why you get together. On the Monday and now, and it's a Sunday that you have a good bit of time with the players. But that has shown up before now, and Eamon there alluded to the players talking afterwards. I mean, the players when the manager's still there, it's very difficult to say anything, Eamon, to be quite honest. And it's only when the manager is gone that people like Doherty, and I think you will hear more speaking out about it.
Yeah, there's a young lad called Hourihan who's in the squad. He was there in the squad in Denmark on Monday night. He came out and confirmed what Doherty had said.
Yeah, well, that's what you'll hear now. When the manager's gone, then you'll hear all the stories. They can't say anything while the manager's still involved in it. But if you look at the preparation is, in my opinion, Eamon, before a match with any manager, you've got goal kicks against you, goal kicks for, you got throw-ins and freak, all those things that you can do something about on the training pitch. And it has nothing to do with the game. You just know these things are going to happen. But I think we've been terrible in throw-ins. I keep going back to the short corner kicks where we lost the corner kick in Scotland 2 or 3 years ago. The first goal that scored against us against Denmark last year was from a short corner kick and almost scored before. So those things shouldn't happen before you start even. But if it's happening after 2 or 3 years, then there's signs that the preparation is not as good as it should be. But I think Martin has always been like that, Martin. I think he learned from Cloughie. Cloughie was a bit like that, but he had the personality. He knew good players. He didn't actually, in my time with him at 44 days at Leeds, he'd say, you look after him yourself. Norman Hunt said, we don't know you look after it yourself. And that's the way he worked, and I think Martin learned from Cloughie like that. So Cloughie had this personality that he could get the best of players, and he knew the best of players, Eamon. So there was a big difference in that.
Yeah, but hold on a minute, John. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Now, first of all, you've got players in a training camp for a purpose, and if you're changing a system, for example, you want to work on it. You want to walk the players through it, and that's. What was happening with Brian Clough was Stone Age stuff. Although he had Peter Taylor, and this maybe goes to the core of it. When Martin O'Neill was at Aston Villa, Leicester, Celtic, where he did really outstanding work, he had John Robertson with him. John Robertson didn't come, and John Robertson was his Peter Taylor. He didn't come to take the Irish job, so that was something missing. That was the X factor.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that, Eamon. I don't know whether I'm explaining myself very well. I mean, the preparation wasn't done. I'm only given reasons, or to look into Martin O'Neill's head as to why it wasn't done. But we know it wasn't done, and John Robertson might well have been the person who did the stuff on the on training. We don't know that, but it might be more of a coincidence that when John Robertson wasn't there, it wasn't done. That's for sure.